and unexpected live. Yes, I don't know if people are going to know about this or whether they're not going to be notified. I mean, it is 5 to 3 on a Thursday afternoon, so it's a bit of a random day to start doing a live anyway. So apparently no one's watching at the moment, which is odd because I thought Julie were watching. I shall put a sneaky comment. And then we shall see if anybody replies. While I grab a piece of chocolate. Does that sound like chocolate? Ooh, chocolate noise. Yes, I hear, says Judge. Oh, look, it's Simone. Hey, up. How's that diddling? Apparently, it's having trouble connecting to Twitch, but I'm not sure if that's a bad thing. What's everybody doing on this Thursday afternoon? I'm going to show you something, and it's going to involve these rubber gloves. Also, while you answer that question, I need to go and get the bit I forgot. I'm coming. Oh, hey, Simon. Oh, hey, Norman, you all right? Yeah, fine, thank you. I was just making some engine jam. All right, we'll clean up after yourself then. Right, will do. Bye. Yeah, bye, Norman. Right, I'm back. Who we got on then? So, Simone or Judge? Oh, Ross is here. Hey up, Ross. Hope you're doing good. I was just about to turn off my bed light, and guess what? Ross is here. So, I got her this package. I got this package here. It's amazing it got to my house. There's no address on it. Can anybody guess what from that package? Can anybody guess what it is I'm fixing or attempting to fix today? Well, I have a cup of tea and some chocolate. And some rubber gloves. I've got an HMV bag here as well. It's got a few things in that'll give it away if I show you. So there you go. I'll give you a sneaky peek. There you go. That's your sneaky peek so far. A potato! I'm not fixing a potato. I mean, I don't think we've got any potatoes. Oh, yeah, you will be able to see to me. And that one on there is slightly delayed from this. Weird, isn't it? Simona's uploaded a members only vid. Members only. So, I shall give you some more clues. I have in this box what could be described as some prosthetic beetles. Anybody care to guess what this is? Come on, camera, focus. Focus on this, not my face. It's not gonna do it, is it? It's in a little plastic box. Can you guess what it is yet? Oh, Juju, you are funny. Is it a CDI unit for a Rover 25? It is not a CDI unit for a Rover 25. I don't own a Rover 25. So no, not that one. Prosthetic beetles, says a judge. Is this one Judge Harrison? Yep, that's it. And Barry's here. Howdy, Barry. ECU? No, because that's engine control unit. Oh, I need to go and wet my sponge. Hang on. I've got a sponge. It needs wetting. Ross has got it right. Yeah, it's the body control unit on MLA. Yes, that's right. It was a relay. I've got 5 of them. So basically, this thing is the BCU. And I discovered a few weeks ago, well, not a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a bit longer, that the windscreen washers on Emily just stopped working. So I thought, my logical thought was it was the washer pump. And I thought another thing that made me think it was the pump is that I'm pretty sure fluid was leaking out of the washer bottle from somewhere. So I got a used washer bottle and pumps that had been tested. So I put them on and it still didn't work. It was only then that I decided to check there was actually power getting to the washer pump, and there was not. So what I did then was think, what could the next thing have been? It's got to be the control store, can't it? So I ordered one of them. And then the next morning when I was in the shower, I thought, blooming heck. And I also thought, it can't be the control stalk, because when I pull the control stalk back to do the wash wipe, it does wipe, it just doesn't wash. So that's got to be doing its thing. So I had a look on the interwebs, and discount MG Rover Spares sold the relays for the BCU. And on their page, it says if your car has any of these symptoms, then it's more than likely the BCU. And it was things like the horn doesn't work or it stays stuck on. The spotlights don't work or they say stuck on. The washers don't work or they say stay stuck on. So basically, inside here, there's a set of 5 relays. And if you don't know, a relay is basically a small power circuit that when you activate that, it pulls like a mechanical lever over. I mean, you can get electronical ones called thermistors, and that kind of thing. But yeah, you've got it's like a coil, and it magnetizes and pulls a lever over, and that lever then makes a second circuit basically. So you can control high powered circuits with a low power circuit. That's the whole reason why relays were invented. So you can turn massive, powerful circuits on and off with little circuits. Much like when you turn your headlights on, for example, you're turning on a little circuit, which is activating a relay, and it's the relay that turns on the high ampage headlamp circuit. So this is basically got 5 relays in. But yeah, there's a couple of things. One of them that people say is that these are prone to getting condensation in them, which kind of makes sense because they're right at the side of the heater. So I can imagine that there will be a time where this is cold and then the heater's hot. So that's more likely to bring condensation up. And then Mr. Paul from Project Nigel, his dad, Senior Paul, Senior Mustard, he fixed Paul's one of these, and he said, when he took it to bits and he had a look at the relays, he said the reason why he thinks they fail is because they're not very, they're not rated. The relays that are inside aren't rated high enough to be able to deal with the work that they've been given to do. Obviously, they're not going to fail straight away, but they're not substantial enough to deal with life in a rover. And my MG rover's done 170,000 miles, so it's this thing will have been used more than on one that's only done 50,000 miles. So my idea is to take this apart, replace the relays in it, and put it all back together again, and hopefully that solves my issue. Let's have a look what we've got on comments again. Where we got up to? I wouldn't have an electric car if you paid me. I'd have an electric car if someone paid me. It is a relay. Yeah. Could be worse. Could be wetting your whistle. This is true. I have a body control unit in between my ears. I'm glad you said ears there. Jimmy Quinn's here. Good. I nearly said good evening. It's good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jimmy Quinn. I have a body control unit. It's called Karen's Big Gun. Oh. Sounds like an Aerosmith song. What's all this high and low voltage witchcraft you speak of? More crumpet talk. More crumpet talk. Right, so we've wetted a sponge because that comes in useful. I've not even plugged my soldering iron in yet, so that might be a task in itself, trying to get that to reach plug sockets. I didn't think of that, did I? Well, we'll see. I've already unclipped part of this case. I've just got this bit to unclip. This worst bit at end because it just feels like it's going to snap. Hopefully, I'll not stab myself live on a stream as well. Oh, don't you close up. That's what she said. Come on. Come on now, don't be silly. I should be pointing that screwdriver towards my leg while I do that, should I? Put big light on, Simon. And take your glasses off. You're blind as a bat for close-up stuff when you've got your glasses on. So, hang on. Look at that. Oh, you can't see from there. Let's try doing this better. Just got this either corner to do, and they seem to be the most awkward bit. Oh, here we go. 1, 2. So we've got that bit off now. If I put that there, you can't see all. Oh, right then. Oh, right. We've got some screws, but I don't think circuit board's screwed in. I think it just falls out like this. So, I wonder if someone's already done these. I know they are different. I did used to know how you date read components and stuff, but I'm not sure whether they do that for relays. But anyway, yeah. So I'm trying not to touch the chips and stuff. So here's the BCU. Oh, it's not going to focus, is it? Come on. Come on, focus. Come on, give people a chance to see what I'm looking at. Oh, sod it. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relays there. You've got a couple of capacitors there. I think that's a like a beep, like a buzzery type thing. I think they're transistors for some reason. Well, they might be thermistors like I was talking about before. You can see there's a lot of surface mount stuff on there. And now they do surface mount. If you didn't know, and if you wanted to know, it's pretty much it's this basically these. Let's start with the basics. Hang on, let's start with the basics. Right then, so circuit boards generally old school ones, you'd only have one side that's got copper on it, and it'd be like that. So all your components would be on this side, but the legs would stick out through this side, like these connectors. That's like your traditional thing. But these ones are what you've got surface mount, so you've got circuits on both sides. So you generally find that the underside is used for tracking and the top side is used for mounting. So you can see all these components, they're all have been laid onto a solder pad, and then the solder pad would have been heated up by one way or another, and that basically is how you do the solder flow on them. That's that standy up bit there. I don't know what that is. Don't know. No idea what bit of circuit that'll be. I mean, that could be. Yeah, I've no idea. I wouldn't like to guess, but yeah, you've got plenty of chips on there if you get hungry. But it's these monkeys we're after. So what I need to do is unsolder the bottom of them, because these ones are just soldered on the bottom. You don't surface mount. You don't surface mount components that big. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so you can kind of see which pins the relay ones are. Be helpful if I put it on the screen, wouldn't it? So you can kind of see that the pins on this relay mirror these ones here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. That one's not one. That's a. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't count. There is 9, so it does mirror, as I've just said. So his first task is to heat these up. Make sure people can see, Simon. Heat these up and pull these relays out, and then solder them ones in. Don't take it on a relay race. Well, hey, I've got 5. I could do that, couldn't I? I could slide them down a bit of cardboard and do relay races. Ross says, I used to do motherboard inspections for Hewlett-Packard on production lines. Yes, it's probably all my fault. Yeah, when I was building audio equipment, another interesting thing, if you find circuit boards interesting, which I wouldn't expect most of you to do, but I kind of like them. There seems to be, if you look round edge. Oh no, that's not what I expected. I thought there was a ground all the way around the edge, but maybe it is a ground. It'd make sense for it to be a ground. Yeah, it definitely is. You tend to find as well on circuit boards like this, because it's going in a car. These different types, or there used to be at least anyway, different types of integrated circuits or ICs, which used to be the technical name for them, and they just call them chips. I can't remember where the chip came from. Anyway, you'll find that a lot of circuits, particularly in automotive, and less so, but generally to some degree in audio stuff, or professional audio stuff, you get a lot of big tracks that are ground, that are the negative, to soak up any radio interference and stuff. Because this has got a lot of ICs on it, I think that's why you tend to find it's got a lot of ICs and it's in a very enclosed space. And car engines are good at chucking out high frequency radio noise that's not very useful for anybody. So that's why you get a lot of ground tracks to try and circuit up, which works in the same way as what do they call a Faraday cage? A Faraday cage is basically a big isolating grounded metal cage. So any radio signals that get there get absorbed and routed to ground. So that's what all the big thick ones are. And there's a little crystal in there. That you can't see it. That shiny silvery bit. That's where a crystal will be. It might even have written on it what frequency. No. That's used for in a timing circuit, generally where you get microprocessors, which is what that square thing will be. So they're very complicated for just switching your lights on and off, really, aren't they? It's a bit weird that they're good. I mean, it must be cheaper to produce thousands of these than it would be to make thousands of other bits in the wiring, I'd assume. Barry says, I found that Steve Jobs' passing was a good metaphor for his company's attitude to battery life. Battery life. Was that a Blur song? Right, let me see if I can plug this soldering iron in. Live on YouTube. This soldering iron's quite good. It's got a trigger for a start, and it's a gun shape, so it's quite easy to hold. But this is what I used when I rewired my dad's. My dad bought a Lotus, and the guy that had it had broke was it passenger or driver's door? I think it was driver's door off it by accident. It were reversing it out of garage with a door open. Crunch. So we had to get side impact bar thing re-welded. I think there were a bracket we made, but obviously it pulled out wiring apart. So I bought this for doing rewiring door bits, because obviously driver's door's got loads of stuff in it. And it was good. It's got a nice little trigger. For a higher power. I'm going on the desk. Don't get worried. I'll be out in a second. Right, now the trick is, I'm back. The trick is whether it'll reach. Oh yeah, it should be all right. I might have to borrow some of your space. I've already got too much junk on here. I've not even started yet, so I don't think we need all them there. So while that's warming up, let's make sure I've got everything I need. So we've got some solderer, lead free. Again, you can't see. Lead free solderer. That's where all my insulation tapes have gone. And then when you come to removing solder, so basically what we'll be doing is heating up the bottom of this where the pins are. And we need a method of extracting the solder away from where it currently is. So there's two ways of doing that. In fact, you can actually buy desoldering guns, which heat it up and also extract the silver out. The solder. Well, there's two other common ways. There's using solder braid, which is basically, if I squidge it up a bit, you'll see. Well, probably not on this camera. It's like, you know, the things that you get under your scale electric cars. It's like that, only smaller. Yeah, and copper. So yes, it's kind of draws it out. So you'd heat the leg or foot or whatever you want to call it up, and then you'd stick that on and heat it up, and it'd suck it all into the braid, and then you just cut that bit of braid off, and you've got another one. But we're not doing that. So I've got another method, if it works. Yeah. Which is a solder sucker. So yeah, it's just a tube. Clock it down at top. Heat your bits up, whichever bit it is, and then quickly stick this on. Wham, and it sucks the solder up. Bam, like that. Now, I've had more success with this than braid. This seems to be quicker than braid. So there you go. Flux should be inbuilt into solder nowadays. It's very rare that you get solder without flux, unless it's solder for like copper pipes and that kind of heavier industrial stuff. You tend not to use it. You tend to get flux in solder. Yes, flux, if anybody doesn't know, helps the solder flow better. Well, that's a satisfying noise, isn't it? I don't know whether you can hear it. There you go. I have to wait for that to warm up a bit more now. I just cooled it down. I have a solder sucker, says Simone. Copper contact. That's what happens when you get caught speeding, isn't it, Barry? You get copper contact. Ross says, drive only on a dry, sunny day and get a clown's horn. You'll be right. Ooh, a clown's horn. Ooh, fancy. Oh, we've got lunatics outside again. Right, let me scooch over a slight bit. Scooched. And let me move this down here. Not that you can. It's not very. Why is it not in focus? Hang on, let me see if I can jiggle some settings. I don't think it'll let me do all on here. Oh, I thought it had stopped working then. No, not let me change anything on there. You just have to believe me in this semi-focused state that it's working. So I kind of wish I knew which one were which, but I guess if I'm changing all of them, it doesn't really make any difference. Right, let me get one of these ones out, so I can at least then see what the pinout looks like. So I know I'm not chasing. In fact, what I'll do is I'll leave it in, but I'll put it that way around. I can see it through there. So I think we're that way around, and we're going for this one here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, let's see how successful we are at this. Come on, Simon. See, I've not used this soldering iron for ages, so oh, there we go. It's heating up now. I could do with something to stop this moving about. Why don't you put your solder there, Simon? That might help. Right, let's have another go on this one. It's exciting stuff, this, isn't it? Come on, eat up. There we go. It's weird because you can see the solder melting. That's 3 down if you haven't been counting. God, I haven't done this sort of thing for years. In fact, the last time I used this, I'm lying. The last time I used this is when I 1, 2, 3, 4, when I had to fix Jenny's or Gen Z's high level brake light wiring, because like any R3, the wiring they call it the loom still there. The wiring loom had broken where it bends through the hinged part of the boot. Oh, you didn't get that one. It's its biggest one. Should be easiest, this. You ready? Oh, missing it. Right, get some proper heat in it this time. Oh yeah, there we go. I think that's because that's on an earth track. There's a lot of tracking to heat up. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a bit more off these ones. I should have brought my pliers. I've got a feeling I'm going to need pliers just to give me a bit of a crack. Yes, I should have got my pliers. Right. Let me go and get some pliers, and that should take me a couple of minutes probably. Oh, Matt's here. Oh, Simone's got a special gas-powered... I think I'll put your camera back up here. Simone's got a special gas-powered... told him and I like them ones. Matt says, hello, I'm here, but not. Toodles, have a great day. The US called and want Joe's memory card back pronto. I'm off to Tesco. Bye. Right, so I shall put some little music on just while I run outside and go and fetch my my needle nose pliers. So bear with me. good timing, weren't it? Just finished. Right then. Clink. Little Miss Muffet passed away, but she's still waiting for the curds. Oh my God, Matt's on a jerk roll again. So what I grabbed these for? Take your glasses off again, Simon. Just to give the legs a bit of a tweak. Just to try and break the connection a bit more, to make it easier to pull them out. In fact, one of these needs a bit more taking off it. Try and get a bit more solder off. So this is where braid's better sometimes, but I'm all for this. Try and, there we go. Tram lines this weekend, in case anybody is interested. I don't know why I'm not showing you circuit board again. Oh. All right, let's see how successful that is. Is this where they end up all being a complete pain in the bum? See, the other thing you don't want to do is break the track. Bloody hell. Well, maybe this will take some time and patience. Jack, bugger off. Go on, back you go. Jack's trying to get round. Some of these should be easy enough just to push out. Anybody else ever done out like this? How rude. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to struggle alone to try and finish this off, and then I might do a post. Ugh, what's happened to this? It's all moved. I might do a post later to show you how it went, but probably not. See? Bye. So yeah, literally just removing the solder off the bottom of these pins and then trying to push the relay out times 5. So once that's done, I can go and put this back in car then. So yes, that's my life. So I mean, we've been going for 43 minutes, which is already far too long to watch somebody try and desolder a circuit board. So thanks for joining, people. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, Thursday, even though I keep thinking it's Friday. And yes, I shall catch you on the next one. Have I got a video to play you out with? In fact, somebody say in the comments what video they want me to put on to play you out with. If somebody doesn't put a comment before I don't know. It's not crumpet. All right, I'll play it. It's not a crumpet. If I can find it. Here we go. Bye.
It's not crumpet.
It's not crumpet. It's not crumpet. It's not crumpet. It's not crumpet.
It's not crumpet.
It's not crumpet.
This has been a broadcast on behalf of the This Is Not a Crumpet organisation of Great Britain. Remember, if it's not a crumpet, it's a pikelet. And if it's not a pikelet, it's probably a crumpet.
It's not crumpet.